Hi there, Brian from Airflow Music here. Welcome back. This is day 14. Yeah, really, we're 2 weeks into this thing. This is day 14 of 30 days of long tones. How are we all doing today? Slightly different thing to deal with today. I've been super busy doing my video editing gig for the past 2 days. Literally edited videos for close to 30 hours out of the past 48. It's been a little crazy. Anyway, therefore it's a little later in the evening, actually Sunday evening when I'm recording this, and it'll be up on YouTube on Monday morning. So I'm going to be playing this with a mute today. Okay, I'm going to use a cut mute because it's not so late yet, but I just wanted to keep the edge off the volume for my neighbours and for my wife for that matter. Anyway, a lot of people I've mentioned in recent times, and I've been meaning to talk about this, asking about playing with a practice mute and asking for recommendations for what a good practice mute is. The problem we tend to have with practice mutes is they tend to feel resistant. Okay, and that's what people always ask for. What's the least resistance but still nice and soft on a practice mute? As far as I'm concerned, most of them are actually pretty good these days. I tend to use, where is it? Behind me here. I tend to use my little best brass mute that I've had for about, better part of 20 years now, I suppose. But I've had various other practice mutes at other times. The Bremner Shush mute plays pretty good. I've got a bunch of different ones, including a Don Maslett and what else? A Wallace Connection mute and a couple of other different ones on the shelf there. But I tend to go with the best brass because it's nice and small and it fits in the belt when I'm travelling, which is usually when I need it. Anyway, there is some resistance to that, but the resistance thing with a practice mute does, as far as I'm concerned, stem from the fact that it's quiet. And our tendency is to want to still try and hear ourselves as we play. And so we tend to blow too hard and try and play too loud, much louder than we'd probably want to play practicing, if we were playing open horn. And so we run into this resistance because it will back up on you a little bit, particularly if you push it slightly too hard. Okay, so my top tip for practicing with the practice mute is actually to block at least one of your ears when you're using it. You can hear yourself much better. You could put an earplug in, or even your earbuds from your phone, or if you have AirPods or something like that, or if it's just a regular kind of phone headset, anything like that, just to block at least one ear or even both. And you'll find that you hear yourself much better. And once you hear yourself much better, it's easier to back off and not blow so hard because you know where you are pitch-wise. Okay? Now, obviously practice mutes can affect the pitch, but it doesn't necessarily affect the internal intonation of the horn. So even though you might be playing a little sharper than you used to on a particular pitch, as long as you're still playing the scale in tune, it doesn't matter so much. If you're trying to practice along with a source, obviously it's an outside source, then it's a little interesting. But otherwise, you can play your things and you can play your exercises and all that kind of stuff and not be in too much trouble with it. Okay, so that's my top tip. Do use an earplug or an earbud or something like that when you're practicing with a practice mute. You'll find that you hear yourself much better, and I think you'll have a better time with it. Okay, so this is day 14. I'm going to get into the long tones. Like I say, I'm going to be playing with a cut mute just to keep the volume down a little bit. But otherwise, everything is the same as usual. 30-second long tones, 15-second breaks, and let's see if we can't get this thing done. I'll see you at the other side. didn't breathe well. Rest starts now. Okay, so there we have it. Not too bad of a set for me today. At least one note randomly cut out towards the end, but I still had air, so I managed to pick it back up again. A couple notes at the very end. I was really struggling to make the 30 seconds, but also I feel that my balance is slightly off playing with the mute for the first time, so that's perhaps to be expected. I'm not too worried about that. It's also later in the day than I usually play, and I've slept a lot less than usual, so I mean there's a number of mitigating factors there. Overall, I'm not too worried about it. What's nice is that even though I came into this kind of just mentally and physically tired today, I feel good for doing those. It was nice, even though I probably won't play the horn anymore today, because it's a little later in the evening than I usually care to in the house. I feel good for it. So, yeah, that was a nice thing to do. So I won't practice any more tonight, but at least, you know, I know I got some work in. I know my chops are going to feel fine tomorrow. And I'll have more time tomorrow and I'll actually be able to practice and work on some other things rather than just long tones. So, yeah, should be good. So, yeah, remember the tip about the practice mute. Blocking one ear, earbuds or an earplug, is often super helpful for making it easier to back off so you don't feel the resistance so badly. And other than that, what else is there to say? I'm going to go put this thing away for tonight and come at it fresh in the morning. So, wherever you're at in your day, because by the time you see this it'll be morning my time anyway, hope you're having a good day. Hope it gets better after doing these, and yeah, take a short break and then go practice.